everyone. In this video, we're going to do an overview of the hiring module. The hiring module is a new section in your booking quality dashboard that's been designed to try and help you automate your hiring process as much as possible, whether you're looking for providers for your business or staff members for your office. The hiring module is based off of prospects and forms. Prospects being the applicants that you're looking to potentially hire, and then forms, which are custom pages created that you can use to gather information and qualifications about your candidates. If you have a growing plan, you'll be able to access prospects and forms being under the settings section. And if you have a premium plan, you'll be able to access the rest of the tools we're about to discuss. First, let's go ahead and take a look at forms. Forms can be customized to collect different types of information from your prospects, whether you're looking for more information about their experience or just how they do the job in general. Your form can be customized by dragging and dropping elements directly into the field here. Once you add an element to a form, a side panel will appear where you can customize the label by entering a question. You can also add sublabels and much more. Each element also has the option of being made required, which means that the prospect has to select or enter an answer in order to submit the form. You also have the option to enable auto rejection for forms, which basically means that if the prospect puts in answers that you do not find favorable, their form will be automatically rejected once they submit it. To enable auto rejection for fields, simply enable the toggle button and then select which field you consider to be a rejectable answer. The form builder also has a settings section where you can change the form name and also set up settings for which funnel you would like to collect information in. And we'll discuss funnels a little bit later. Forms can also have conditional statements, which means that you can hide or show questions depending on the answer that your prospect provides. You can also build thank you pages. So once the form has been submitted, your prospect will see a thank you page letting them know that you've received it. Once a prospect has filled out a form, it will be received into the Prospects tab. And you can share your forms with your prospects two different ways. You can either embed the form into your website, or you can share a link with the form directly with your prospect. When the prospect fills out the form, they'll go into this prospect section here where you can view all of their information, as well as several different actions. To view the prospect's details page, click View, and you'll be brought into a dashboard that shows all of their activity. If you'd like, you can add your prospect to a hiring funnel. Hiring funnels are created and managed under the onboarding section here. Funnels are basically the framework of your hiring process, and each column represents a different step or part of the process that your prospect must complete in order to be hired. Your hiring funnel might contain different steps based on the forms that you've created. You might also have an interview process. You might send quizzes or collect other types of information. You can also have more than one funnel. For example, you may have a funnel specifically for new hires and onboarding, and you might have another specifically to track the progress of your new hires and see how they've been working in your company. To edit your funnel, click the Edit button, and then you can add different columns by clicking the Add New Column button and insert them in here. You can rearrange the order of your columns by dragging and dropping them to change the order. You also have an option to automate email campaigns directly from within a column. To do so, select Yes for email automation, and then select which audience you would like to collect the prospect's information into. In this example, we have started a campaign specifically for this column step, which means that once the applicant has reached this step, we can click the Start Campaign button, and the email address will be added to the audience list, and they will be sent an email specifically from this campaign. For example, you can create a campaign specifically for scheduling interviews so that a scheduled interview email is automatically sent once the prospect reaches this step. Another section is going to be the interview section. Another common step of your hiring funnel is probably to conduct an interview with your prospect to see if they'll be a good fit. If you'd like to schedule an interview, simply click the Schedule Interview button. You can select your prospect name from the list, and then you can go ahead and enter the date, the time, also add a private note for your own reference, or a shared note that the prospect will also see. Another step that you might incorporate into your hiring funnel are quizzes. Quizzes can be used to test the knowledge of your applicants to make sure that they properly understand your policies and procedures before you formally bring them into the business. You can send quizzes directly from inside the hiring module here, and you can also add a new quiz by clicking this Add New Form button or going to your settings and clicking on the Quizzes tab. Quizzes are also constructed using the form builder, so you can add and drag and drop basic elements or advanced elements directly into the field. Quizzes can also be set up to be automatically graded by using certain quiz elements. To set up automatic grading for a quiz element, click the element in the form and then scroll down until you see a graded option. Then select which answer is the correct answer. And now when that quiz is submitted, the system will automatically look at the answers that you've selected as correct and then provide a grade for the quiz. When quizzes have been sent out, you'll be able to view that in the quizzes section and also see if it was sent out via email or SMS. Once a quiz has been completed, you'll also be able to see it in this section. You can also use the top option to filter and just view completed quizzes, sent out quizzes, or rejected quizzes. When a quiz has been submitted, it will be marked as not graded yet until you go in and view the answers. If the quiz only has graded elements in it, that is, answers that you are able to select as correct or incorrect, it will be automatically graded. To view the quiz answers themselves, click the View button, and then you can view the quiz under the Activities section on the Prospect Details page. The top will show a summary of the total number of questions, how many were correct and how many were incorrect, as well as the final grading score. Your correct answers that you marked when you were setting up your quizzes will be displayed, although you do have the option to actually change or edit the grades of your quizzes. For example, you can mark something as incorrect instead, or you can click Skip, and that will remove this question from the total graded score. For questions that don't have graded elements, you'll have to manually select whether the answer that the prospect has typed in is correct, incorrect, or you can also skip it as well. At the very bottom of the page, click Update to update the new grade if you've made any changes, or you can reject the applicant directly from inside their quiz by clicking the Reject button. Your quiz also has settings so that you can select which funnel the quiz results will be documented in, tracking information, as well as different conditional statements and thank you pages. When your prospect has almost finished the onboarding process, you may want them to sign a contract. There's a contract section that you can use to either customize and build your own contract from scratch, or you can upload a contract that's been already created in PDF form. You can edit and manage all of your contracts by going to Forms under Settings and then clicking on the Contracts tab. Contracts are also built using the form builder, and again, you can drag and drop different elements depending on what is needed for your form to be binding. Once you're finished, you can click Save and Publish, and your contract will be ready for use. Once you receive a contract, it will be listed under the Contracts tab. Again, you can filter according to sent out contracts, completed, or rejected. You can resend a contract, delete a contract, and of course click View to look at the completed contract. Your contract and quiz and form settings can also be managed in the Settings section, where you can set up your automatic rejection, as well as getting rid of duplicates in case somebody has submitted an application within your time frame. There's also a notifications section. If you'd like to view all of your system alerts inside the hiring module, or just display hiring module alerts inside here only. There's also a system log, so you can view all of the activity going on in the system, as well as email logs and SMS logs to see which messages have been sent out. Your Notifications tab contains different sections where you can manage your email, SMS notifications, as well as system alerts. You must first set up a send out email in order to send and receive communications in the hiring module. If you've already set up a send out email or SMS settings in your main portal of your dashboard, then this will automatically be imported into your hiring module. The hiring module also has special system alerts that you can enable or disable to notify you if a prospect form has been submitted, you've received a new quiz, contract, or if an interview is coming up. If you scroll down under the email and SMS tabs, you'll also see additional templates that you can enable or disable depending on what types of notifications you'd like the prospect to receive, you would like to receive as an admin, or you can create canned responses. To enable or disable any of these notifications, simply click the toggle button and click Yes to turn it on. You can also edit and customize the email templates in here, see a preview of what the email will look like, and then format the content below. You can send test emails to yourself to see what the email will look like or restore it to default. You can also create canned responses, which are pre-made templates that contain information that you frequently send out to your different prospects. To add an email canned response, you will create a name, a description, and then the subject. And then in the main boxes, you'll be able to enter whatever message you commonly send. Once the canned response has been saved, you can quickly send them out to your prospect by going to their prospect detail page and then clicking Send Notification. You can also send out forms, quizzes, and contracts directly from the prospect details page using the Send Form button here. Once your prospect has been finished with the hiring process, you can mark them as onboarded. You can also reject the prospect if they fail to meet your qualifications, or delete them entirely. Once you are ready to create a profile for your hired prospect, click the Create Member button, and this will open a sidebar where you can actually create the account that they will use inside your Booking Quala account. The Create Member options are for creating provider or staff accounts, depending on which you're looking to hire. If you're hiring a provider, you can select an individual account or you can add them to an existing team. You can select whether you'd like to mark the member as onboarded, which means that they'll be removed from the prospect section and put into the onboarded section. You can also choose to remove the prospect from the funnel they're currently in or keep them in the funnel for your own reference. If you've enabled notifications and set up your send out email or SMS notifications, you can also send your invitation directly from this page once you click add. Finally, to track all of your hiring progress, you can view the report section. The report section is going to show a list of all of the prospects that have come in for a selected time period, as well as how many have been rejected and how many have been onboarded. You can select different time frames. The default will always be set to the last 7 days, but you can also look at the last month, last 3 months, last 6 months, or last year. All in all, the new hiring module has a lot of great tools in different sections to help whether you're building funnels, scheduling interviews, building forms, quizzes, and contracts, or just trying to keep all of your prospects and leads organized in one place. We've added a lot of different articles to our Help Center with more information about each of these sections, so please feel free to reach out to us to learn more or visit those articles in the Help Center. Thank you so much again, everybody, and take care.